Hey, what's happening, everybody out there in the XRP community? Thanks for tuning in again to Investment Perspectives. First, I want to give a great big shout out to my man, Cody, XRP Watch. If you don't follow him on Twitter, please do. Thank you, my man. You are amazing. He created the intro for us for the show. He actually gave me the name for the show, which is amazing, and I love it, and the intro. And he's also made a volume adjustment for everybody who says it's too loud. So, man, you're great, Cody. Thank you so much for all your support and everybody out there. So let's get into this. Today, we're going to go down speculation lane again. We've pretty much got, I think, as solid as an answer as we're going to get. The XRP retail market is going to remain, and I'm going to build on it from there. The next thing that I want to say is like the theme of the video today is XRP and blockchain are the last step to globalization. Now, technically, that's not really my words. I just got done watching the CF conference 2018 with Chris Larson, and that was courtesy of Patrick O'Brien on Twitter. If you don't follow him, I would. He put some really, really great stuff up. And it's a great watch. And it's on my Twitter, and you can follow me at Backup Bradley, BAKKUP Bradley, no spaces. You can follow me there, and you can see that there, and I will certainly put it in the links below. So what he talks about in this video, and I'm just going to do a quick overview, and like I said, there's a lot in it, but I'm not going to talk about every single little detail here. I'm just going to overview it. So overview is he talks about the Internet of Information, which we already have. And then he talks about data, goods, and money. Those are the three areas. And we have updates in innovation that we've experienced in data with the internet, and we've had updates and an overhaul of our markets in the goods area as far as the shipping container industry. So looking at this, he does break down a little bit and talks about how, the internet of data that we currently have essentially has made global communication free, which we know. And then he talks about the goods, and I've made the reference that he has made before, and he makes it again here, where he talks about the shipping container industry and how it was overhauled to create organization, compliance among all the different ports and ships and companies, same size containers, carries the same thing. That organization actually raised the shipping rate business. I think it was like by 700 or 800%. It increased from the organization and that kind of compliance that came about globally from working together. Then he breaks down and he goes into there and he talks about XRP and how the blockchain ledger and everyone can have their own private blockchains attached to it or not. You can work directly on it, or you could have your own private blockchain attached to it, which I think most of us know, but some people are still a little unsure about how that works. So they could still have all their private business on their blockchain and choose to interface with the ledger how they need to for whatever specific reason or payments problems they need to solve. So then he directly calls XRP an intermediate currency, which I thought was fantastic to hear those words from him. And he talks about the interoperability, which we all know it can interface with anything. Anything. It can move the value of anything. So then he goes on, mentions and highlights smart contracts through the project Codius, which we all know can handle all kinds of different stipulations and stuff, and not just a buy and sell. It could be very specific, detailed-oriented tasks. So that is the big, in a nutshell, and at the end he kind of did a little summation of it, and he looked at the blockchains as like the ports, and the ILP, the interledger protocol, like the shipping containers, and then the smart contracts were like the little robot workers working around the ports. So I thought that was really nice analogy to kind of put things even in a clear perspective for myself about how they all work together. So then I want to move to Miguel Viez, who was in one of the more recent Ripple Drop videos. He explains the importance of global liquidity. Now, I think we all pretty much on this channel following this understand liquidity, cash flow, right? Access to cash flow. So he talks about the global liquidity, and obviously the basic idea and notion, the more people that participate from all these different projects and programs, whether it be Xspring or Omni or Codius and all these different areas that they've built out already, and they're just going to continue to grow and to continue to build out. They can really, really bring up the liquidity pool for the people who need to use it every day. Now, with that being said, it begs the obvious. At this current moment in time, the XRP price is dropping through the floor like a manhole cover. So, what do you make of it, right? I mean, you know, obviously I can't help but feel like it's more of what we've been seeing all year. It's a manufactured bear market, right? And like I have said this before, I've been very, very grateful for such a long bear market, because I truly do believe it's allowed me to put together a portfolio I otherwise would never be able to get together. So with that being said, and obviously I have to make the caveat, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that if this is an education channel, I can at least share just a quick little analogy of how I see how I invest my money and the way I look at things when I'm able to clearly. So I just simply look at a bear market like it's planting season. And I simply look at a bull market like it's harvest time. So, but the only way that I can get to those two places is to do my due diligence on the company or the industry, and then the companies within that industry that I plan on investing in. That's a quick overview. It's very general, but I just feel like, you know, so many times, you know, we're retail investors and buyers right in this market. So many times it is tough to realize prices are going down and things are stagnant or falling off or whatever. You know, you have to fall back and ask yourself, you know, did I really, really cultivate the soil? Did I really, really make sure I looked that company over and made sure that this was a good place to plant my seeds, right? Because not everywhere is good planting ground, right? You got to know. And then once you do know, you got to cultivate it, right? You got to constantly check and assess and vet the value of what it is you're about to put your money in. I am not worried about this price dropping one single bit right now. I'm not. I feel like it's manufactured, it's by design, and after the last video that we just talked about with the G20 summit and the TAFT, the oversight, knowing that the United States country sits as the president on that global panel, we are waiting for classification. And Chris Larson here just laid out the map of the last step to globalization, which is not through data, because we already have it, which is the Internet of Information, not through goods, where we already have the updated shipping container industry, but through money, which will be through the Internet of Value, which is Ripple and XRP and the XRP ledger. So, with that kind of looking there and being at that perspective, I did happen to see, let's change gears slightly, but I think all this can tie in for our next point of speculation. And it will be speculation. And it doesn't mean that we don't believe in the coin that we hold, okay? What it means is let's work together to see what sticks, what's fact from fiction or fact from opinion. Let's use the speculation to sort through what works. You guys are some of the smartest people I've ever talked to in these comments below. And it has led us the last time to a response from one of the top executives in Ripple. But we have to sort it out between us first before we go poison a bunch of questions, you know, or putting a bunch of questions to somebody like that. You know, they're really busy. They got a lot going on. We certainly know there's a global plan in place to get it done, right? So I guess the next thing I want to point to is I saw a Coinbase is going to be listing some new coins, and some people were happy about that, and some people aren't. And it's Coinbase Pro, I should say. So Coinbase Pro is going to be listing some coins. Now they did put some stipulations up, and they said, you know what? There's not going to be any trading, buying or selling. You can still do deposits, but for a 48-hour period, there's going to be no trading, no buying or selling of those listings, of those coins. Now, that's just one platform and one little example of how they're handling, like, you know, it takes time put this asset up and get it up on there ready to purchase and ready to go and turn the lights on and accept that new volume that's about to move through that exchange. So let's go macro with that notion. We know that we're waiting for a classification on XRP. Will just the simple act of introducing a new digital asset bring us to a temporary halt for the introduction of XRP to the commodity market or currency market? Will the classification itself cause a temporary halt or lockout for 48 hours on our investment? I don't know. But when I look at this small notion of how they list coins and that this is regular procedure for them to halt the market for organization to be able to keep track of what they're doing, I'm not suggesting a permanent thing. I think we have that off the table. We've heard from somebody from the company who has solved that, or at least answered it enough for me to move on to the next thing, which would be, will there be a temporary halt or a lockout on XRP just simply for the introduction of it as a new asset or whatever the new classification of that asset will be? All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for checking everything out, and hit the like and subscribe. Keep leaving some great comments. And again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We're well over 2,000 people in less than 30 days. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend. All right, bye.